Good morning, sports fans. Good morning, good morning. So, to follow up on yesterday's episode, yeah. So, I'll give you the lowdown, of course. But first of all, I want to just thank you for tuning in and watching and listening and supporting. And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell because I appreciate it so very, very much. Because quite frankly, when you first start out, you get nobody watching, but you just got to be consistent, haven't you? Consistent and try and do your best, and that's all you can do. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Anyhow, yesterday, as you know, I did go on a date, and it wasn't as bad as what I thought it would be, to be honest. Not as in like I thought she was going to be bad, but just the whole kind of, I wasn't going to be bothered about actually like going out and doing the whole date thing, you know. Not really my type of thing to do. I'd rather just meet someone organically and just go from there. But yeah, we went for a drink, and I had a mocktail. The first time I've had a non-alcoholic cocktail. Never done that before. Gotta be honest with you, wasn't really as nice as what I'd hoped. I mean, it tasted nice, but it didn't have that kick that maybe a normal cocktail would have. So, I had a virgin mojito. Yeah, virgin mojito with extra virgins in it. So a load of One Direction fans came and made it for me. Proper virgins. Anyway. Yeah, so it was tasting nice, but yeah, I like a mojito, and for me that just wasn't a mojito. That was just minty sugar water. Yeah, won't be doing that again. But anyway, it was nice, and in all honesty, 4 hours went quick. I did not realise I'd been there 4 hours. Now, I'm guessing that's a good sign that you're chatting away and you don't actually realise it's 4 hours. But looking back at it, my God, did I chat some shit. Ugh. And I think I moaned a lot as well. Maybe I've just been on my own too long that I've just got so much to get off my chest that it's just moany. But yeah. I don't know. Would I see her again? Yeah, probably. I'd probably go for a drink with her again. See where that goes. A couple of things that surprised me about her. No, she wasn't called Keith. No, just, yeah. Seemed like a nice girl, really. So that's always a bonus. On to other matters. So, previous episode, I told you that I quit my job. Yeah. Well, today, I'm off to a job fair. Yeah, I'm off to a job fair. So, this job fair, I'm hoping, in all honesty, I think it's going to be a load of horse shit. Because these job fairs usually are. But there was something that drew my attention. It said there were opportunities for self-employment. Now, I'm open to all opportunities, as you know. I'm a very open-minded person. And maybe it can shed some light into something that is maybe a chance to take. Who knows? But, you know, you've got to be out there to understand those opportunities and get those opportunities put in front of you. You can't just sit at a computer and expect opportunities to arise. Of course, you can apply for jobs and all that kind of thing, and that is, in a way, an opportunity, but you're working once you get there, aren't you? So you're not really focusing on other types of opportunities to go and maybe start your own business or what have you. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. Who knows? Who knows? I might see something there and go, that's a really good idea, or I might get an inspiration for something to do outside of that arena. There might be a job there that I think, you know what, that's a really, really suitable job for me. It's the right money. I mean, in all honesty, I can't see this thing being anything other than a waste of time. But I got to try, right? I got to try. Now, I'm not panicking in any way, shape, or form, because if I was on that level of panic, I wouldn't have quit my job. But I'll certainly pay attention. I won't be in there dismissing it right from the off, because if I was going to do that, then I wouldn't even have bothered showing up and save myself some petrol. So, yeah, that is where I'm off to today. Off to Priestfield Stadium, and tickets are obviously free, which is always like a worrying thing, because you're like, well, if your tickets are free, you're just going to get any Tom, Dick or Harry come in there, and it's just a money-making exercise for anyone who's put these things on. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, in all honesty, it opens at 10, so, I'm still sort of 15 minutes early. And I'll have a quick shifty round, maybe chat to some people, maybe get some CV advice. I didn't print it out. I've only got it on my phone because I don't have a printer at home, which is annoying, but I haven't got anywhere to put a printer anyway. And all the printers nowadays, you have to pay like £300 just to have one tiny little ink thing. So I'd rather do my printing at work or something like that when I have work, and we'll go from there. So yeah, that would be my thing for the day, and then obviously maybe get my arse on Indeed or something like that afterwards. Apply for some more. So that is the job hunt, as it were. If you guys have any ideas of what I could do other than stop doing the podcast, you're rubbish, do something else, then let me know. Let me know in the comment section, and it would be great to have your feedback. I mean, I've done many different things in leisure and management and what have you, and I've been in that sort of industry for 10, 11 years now, and I think I've done all right out of it. But I don't know, maybe I'm looking at something else. I don't want to be in leisure anymore or something like that. I don't know. It's difficult in this world, isn't it, really? Because, everything's going down the pan, everything's getting more expensive, wages aren't going up. I mean, thank God I didn't have a family or anything like that, or any kids. Because if I did, then I certainly wouldn't have walked out my job. Because I'd have to look after them first and be like, right, well, I'm going to go search for something else. And I'd have to just sort of grin and bear it. So I'm very lucky in the fact that I don't have to do any of that. Very lucky, actually. But someday it'd be nice to have a wife and kids and go, hey, this is my wife. Hello, this is my wife. Thank you, this is my wife. But so far, this is my only wife. Pamela Henderson and her 5 lovely daughters. She's very loving. Oh, dear me. So, I got that notification from Snapchat yesterday. I'm not on there very often, if I'm honest. It's only when I got a new single out that I sort of promote some stuff on there. That Snapchat now has AI. And what's the first thing I do in there? put the word poop in there, just for fun and games. And literally it goes, I don't think it's appropriate to discuss this sort of thing. Maybe you'd choose a different subject. I'm like, oh, right then. And then I thought, right, let's go for world records. So then I said, what's the world record for the largest poo? You know, using AI to capacity, of course. And again, it came back with, you know, it's not appropriate to talk about these types of things. So Snapchat AI is boring then. And any type of sexual stuff like, I don't know, what's the biggest boobs or something like that, again, won't do it. So I don't know what you use AI on Snapchat for. I don't know whether it's... Well, it says it's like a friendly companion. I'm not sure I'd want to do that. I have no idea. But I asked it, why should I use you instead of ChatGPT? And he said, well, if you want a friendly AI, then go for me. If you don't, you want something that's more generalised, go for ChatGPT. In all honesty, couldn't give a fuck about Snapchat AI, to be honest. I won't be using it that often, if I'm fair. But ChatGPT, I've used a few times. And it's come up with some useful bits and pieces, which has been nice. What is going on here? People just doing bits left, right and centre. Not going up there. That's a nightmare. Blimey, no one can really drive up here, can they? These roads are so small. I mean, it must have been all built when, like, parking wasn't actually a thing. But then you'd think, future-proof it. Put some parking outside. You know, double lane. You know, literally all it is another 6 foot wide. And people can park and get in and out. There we go. That traffic jam down the little road is crazy. Come all the way down here, and I hope this is going to be good. Well, not good, but like worthwhile. I don't want to be sitting there just doing nothing. Seems to be a lot of cars though, so maybe they're all queuing to get in. Did he just throw a bottle at me? I think he just drank a bottle and threw it down on the ground, like angrily. Welcome to sophisticated Chatham. I mean, in all honesty, Chatham is a shithole. I mean, he's going into a house that literally looks like a drug den. Instead of... Oh my days. This is a really bad road. You definitely don't want to be living in here. I mean, no judgments or nothing, but Christ almighty, like, the guy's just gone into a house that doesn't have curtains. He just has paper on the windows. Paper. I feel like I'm in a war zone. This is so bad down here. I didn't even realise this road existed. He's literally sitting outside his house, rolling a fag. He doesn't look happy. Wow. I know I joke a lot with some of my friends, you know, about being judgy and all this kind of thing, but a lot of these around here, they've literally got bed sheets as curtains. Bed sheets! Like, why don't you just buy some curtains? It would do you a hell of a lot of favours. Bed sheets as curtains, for Christ's sake. I don't understand. Like, They just, I mean, are they renting? Are they owning it? What's going on? Is this supported housing? I mean, this guy has got so much rubbish outside of his house that you can't see the outside of his house. It's a bit murderous. Like that, right? Okay, that's ridiculous. So now this guy, this one here, he hasn't got curtains. He hasn't got a bed sheet. He's got a box as a curtain. A box. Wow. How some people live. How do you have a box outside? Like, oh. How on earth have you got a box as a curtain, for Christ's sake? I don't understand it. I just really don't. I mean, would it really hurt you to get some? I'm just so hung up on curtains, I've got to be honest. Oh dear. Right, we are at the Stadium. I'm going to be playing here soon, and this is going to be amazing. Cannot wait to play here. It's going to be absolutely superb. But what I really want to know is, where do I go for this hoo-ha? Oh, job fair this way. All right. Job fair this way. Job fair this way. I can go in there. All right, now I've got to find a parking space. Where am I going to find a space? A space, a space. Give me a space. Any space. Anywhere. That might do just there. I'll be hanging out a little bit, but it will do. It will do, I think. Just about. That will do, mate. That will do, mate. So I'll come back with how it went, and we'll see where we go. Okay, and we are back. What to report then? So, it was exactly as I said it would be. It was a load of junk, basically. I was in and out of there within 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it might be suitable for other people, but certainly not me. There's no way I want to work in a prison, in a care home, as a chef. Yeah, just not me in the slightest. Plus, a lot of the jobs in there are very much minimum wage, part-time, and I will not be able to take those because minimum wage, part-time, number one, I want to work full-time. Number two, minimum wage is not going to cover my bills part-time. It's just not going to happen. Not going to do it. So yeah, it was worth a try. Worth a try. But sadly, 'twas not to be. What are you going to do? Not a lot. So yeah, gave it a bash. But yeah, I mean, all these things that were saying, like there'll be opportunities for like self-employment and all this kind of thing. No. The only thing I saw in there was like UKPC, you know, the car parking attendants that go around and there's a bit of a job's worth. That's the only thing that I saw in there, so not ideal, if I'm honest, not ideal. So at least we're up and we're at the house, and you know, we've tried to do bits. While I was in there, I got an email about another job fair that's happening tomorrow. I might go along to that, possibly. Not holding out much hope on it, because it's a job centre one, and as we know, job centre ones are just the worst. Minimum wage, dog shit stuff that nobody wants to do. I tell you what, just bin men are the worst, aren't they? They literally park their truck in the most awkwardest of positions, and they just sit there and wait for you to just do their thing. It's like they're the most important people ever. Like, no, you're not important at all. You have the same amount of road usage as what we do. Move your fecking truck. I mean, literally, if he pulled over just a little bit further, I could get round him. But no, obtuse. Genuinely obtuse. Bell head. Right, so let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get out of Chatham. I think I'm going to pop my ass over to Tesco's and maybe grab some bits and pieces. I must remember to get some snacks that are healthy, that I can chew down on. Maybe some fruit or something like that, because I'm not lasting throughout the day now, because I just need more energy. You know, I'm having big dinners and stuff, but I need more energy. So yeah, we'll see where we go from there, and it'll be fine. Let's see if we can get to Tesco's. Where is Tesco's from here? No, I can't get my bearings. Probably should have gone up there, if I'm honest. Right, sat nav is on. Let's get to it. Oh, why did that stop me then? I thought I'd scrape something then. Clearly not. There's the old, what's it called? Anti-crash going, no! You saw me coming, didn't you? You absolutely saw me coming. And you just had to be first. Mrs. Mercedes. Your black Mercedes there. Thinking you're something else. You saw me coming along the road. I was like, nope, I'm going to be first. It's me. I'm first. First. Well, really, I don't care. I don't care at all. So yeah, I was having a chat last night, obviously, on my date. And apparently some people don't have an internal monologue. Now, I know I've gone on about it quite a lot in previous episodes and stuff like that, but my internal voice is going all the time. And apparently some people don't have that. Like, what do they think about then if that's not going on? Like, if they're not thinking in their head, like, and actually talking to themselves in their head, what's going on in there? Is it just music? What is it? If anybody can get in touch that says they don't have an internal monologue, I'd love to know what goes on in your head. Are you a smart person? Are you a dumb person? Are you a person that has a good job? Do you not work at all? Do you have other skills that you've enhanced because of this? Is it like a super a super strength thing or something, like where you're like, I'm not able to do this, but I can do other things much better than other people because of this. I don't know. I just don't understand how people can't have their own voice in their head. I mean, I'm talking to myself all the time. It's like why I started this podcast, where, I'm consistently talking to myself on my own, on journeys and stuff. And even just around the house, I'll be talking to myself. It's like a companion in your head. So if people don't have that, are they then very lonely? Very lonely people? Or is it they have an abundance of friends because they don't need that? I just find it very awkward that there's just blank in someone's head when they're when they're just like, it's odd to think about that. It doesn't compute with me. It's really, really sent my sausage crazy. I don't get that. I mean, I've had days where I go off into like a daydream and stuff like that. But if I'm daydreaming, I'm thinking about things. It's even when you're driving, you think, how the hell did I just not die in the last 3.5 miles, because I don't remember doing that bit. Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not a thing. Surely everyone must have. Surely you can't just sit there and not think about it. I mean, even when I'm talking to you, I'm still thinking in my head of certain things to do. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you do? Like, how does your thought process work? Is your common sense affected because you're not talking to yourself for the right thing to do? So then it's not becomes second nature to do that because you've not had that word with yourself? How do you motivate yourself? Like, yeah. Like, how do you motivate yourself to kind of get up and go, right, let's go do this? It's like, I do that, I talk to myself and say, come on, we can do this. This is it. We've got to get up. We've got to get going. Let's do it. Let's hammer this. I'm all in this. Come on, let's go. I'm always geeing myself up to go and do things. But if you don't have that, are you just existing? And you're just on autopilot? I'd love to meet someone who doesn't have an internal monologue. It must be a rare thing, surely. It's got to be rare. Like, everything that I am as a person has come from within my own head to talk to myself. That's how you retain knowledge, because you're reciting it to yourself all the time, Like, you learn songs, the lyrics to songs and stuff. You learn it by reciting it, surely. And by reciting it, you're reciting it in your head or out loud. And if it's out loud, then you're thinking about what you're saying. So is that technically an internal monologue? I don't know. That would be so weird, to just not think about anything at all, ever, in my own voice. Ever. I just really don't know. I really don't know. Crazy stuffs. Absolutely crazy stuffs. But it is what it is. You know, there must be all sorts of different people out there that are operating and doing things, but maybe that's where addiction comes from as well. Like addiction to drugs or alcohol, gambling, because you can't talk to yourself to talk yourself out of it. Because it's just either I do it or I don't do it. There is no kind of if, buts or maybes. That's why some people have no common sense and they just, you know, they don't listen to facts and things like that. They just literally hear what they want to hear and they don't talk to themselves and go, well, that makes sense. I don't know. I'm literally going to have to find out more about this, because it's got me hooked now, as in, like, how can this truly be possible? How can this absolutely truly be possible? I don't get it. I know I've gone on about it for 10 minutes or so now, but it's just so bewildering to me that that's a thing, that people just simply don't talk to themselves in their head. Or maybe it's I'm the weirdo. Maybe I'm the minority and nobody does, and I'm the one who actually, I'm the one who rations things out in my head. Is that it? Ration it out? Having rational thoughts just by talking to myself. And if I'm not talking to myself, I don't have rational thoughts. Maybe I'm the weird one. And there's a different way of thinking. There's a different way of doing things. Somebody should let me know what is the mean way of doing things. Like what is actually the, well, I don't know whether it's a right or a wrong, but certainly is there a way of making sure that, you know, your brain is kind of doing what everybody else is doing, I guess. I'd love to know. Maybe I should put a survey out online. Do you have an internal monologue? Yes or no? Would people actually know what monologue means? I don't know. Looks like there's lots of spaces in Tesco's today, which is great. It's lovely. So I'm going to hang it up here. I'm going to say thank you so much for watching, for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Be ever so grateful if you give me a rating. 5 stars is preferable, but if not, then absolutely just tell me the truth of what you think, and that would be great. So have a great day. I'll see you for the next episode, and take care. Love.